Okay, we're with Gray and Narelle. We're just going to ask them a couple of questions. How long have you been supporters for?
Since about 2000, 2001.
And you, Narelle?
Very new to it.
I knew that already. I thought I'd just ask her again on camera. And what are your thoughts on the way everything's happened in regards to the club and obviously the penalties imposed and having to play for no points every week?
Regrettable, but lesson learned, I guess.
And
yeah, I'm not a fan.
Not a fan. And how do you think the boys have coped with that kind of pressure?
I think it's put them under a lot of pressure. I think they've coped pretty well, but I think it's pretty hard for them to keep playing. You know, when they're not accumulating points, they're just knocking other people out. I think they've done a great job, but I think it's pretty hard for them. I feel really sorry for the younger players that are coming along.
In saying that, how do you think the boys playing for points next year? How do you think they'll go with all this under their belt and obviously putting up with the season from hell?
Fired up and ready to go, I reckon.
They will do awesome next year.
We hope so. Well, now, obviously, this is a question based on the events of April 22 and the things that have spiraled out from that. The 4 directors were sacked, the 4 independent directors were sacked. What were your thoughts on that?
To be honest, when I first heard the news, I got home from work and a mate had texted me and I put it on the TV to watch the news, and I couldn't believe it. I thought it was, I just couldn't believe it really, to be honest. Like it kind of gutted me a bit.
I think the thing that upset it for me was that it's happening everywhere.
Yeah.
And it seems like Storm are the only ones who have been pinged for it. And you can't pretend that they're the only ones who are doing it.
Do you think that News Limited owning the National Rugby League, or half the National Rugby League, half of Brisbane Broncos and pretty much all the Melbourne Storm, do you think the conflict there is enough to suggest that maybe there is some funny business going on?
There is a significant conflict of interest.
I'd like to think that things like the NRL and our other kind of codes we cherish as Australian codes are owned by the public and not by corporate interests. I'd like to see it returned.
Obviously, as supporters and obviously for the players, they had a voice in the 4 directors, being Dr. Moody and his team of the other 3 people. When they were removed or sacked by News Limited for pursuing court action and not cooperating with the Deloitte's report, what did you make of all that? And do you think that the players and the supporters not having a voice has really hurt both of us?
To be honest, I'm not that well versed with what actually took place in terms of the directors. I think everyone deserves a voice. The players need an effective voice, the supporters need an effective voice. I think a lot of it seems to be taken away from the fans and the players and put into the hands of people who are interstate. And I think I hope it doesn't undermine the credibility of Storm in an AFL state.
I think it's smack to corporatism and not necessarily about how will this affect the club and how does this affect the fans, which I think is really important because that's what the club's based on.
Very good point. And finally, with you said before the boys will be fired up next year, what's your prediction? Where do you think we'll finish and who do you think will be the standouts?
I think Conk's going to step up.
And Smith will be awesome as the usual.
Providing they both stay.
They'll stay.
Oh, I hope so. And a prediction on where do you think we'll finish?
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, guys, thanks very much.
Thank you.